You're sitting in the doctor's office, holding a piece of paper. Your eyes lock onto one number that makes your heart drop, PSA 7.2. Suddenly, your mind races. The internet told you that anything over 4.0 is bad news. You immediately start imagining the absolute worst-case scenario. The number 7.2 floats above you like a giant, menacing shadow. Your palms sweat. You think, is this it? Do I have prostate cancer? Take a deep breath. Enter Dr. Sarah. She smiles and explains that a PSA between 4 and 10 is actually considered the gray zone. According to Harvard Medical School, about 75% of men with a PSA in this specific gray zone do not actually have prostate cancer. So what exactly is PSA? Let's zoom inside your body and meet the gland responsible for all this stress, your prostate. Think of your prostate as a small, hard-working walnut. Let's call him Wally. Wally's main job is to produce fluid to protect sperm. To do his job, Wally makes a specific protein called Prostate-Specific Antigen, or PSA. Think of PSA as tiny workers wearing little hard hats. Normally, these little blue workers stay inside the prostate, but sometimes a few of them escape into your bloodstream. That's what the blood test measures. But here is the crucial part. A high number of workers in the blood doesn't automatically mean cancer. It just means Wally is stressed out. As men age, Wally naturally tends to grow larger. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's completely normal, like getting gray hair. When Wally gets bigger, or if he gets a temporary infection called prostatitis, he gets inflamed. He gets red, angry, and starts sweating profusely. An angry, inflamed prostate accidentally spills way more PSA workers into the bloodstream. That's why your number jumped to 7.2. It's an inflammation alarm. While your doctor will monitor you to be safe, there is something powerful you can do right now to help calm Wally down.
That is wonderful news.
Science shows that certain foods act like a fire extinguisher for your prostate. Today, we're looking at 5 natural foods that lower inflammation. But before we start cooking, we need to understand the invisible enemy causing this inflammation in the first place. Let's zoom down to the cellular level. Every single day, your body produces a type of metabolic exhaust. These are unstable molecules known as free radicals. Think of free radicals as tiny cellular vandals. They run around with little blowtorches, damaging healthy cells and causing chaos. When Wally the prostate gets attacked by too many of these vandals, his tissue gets damaged. To protect himself, he goes into severe defense mode. This relentless attack is known scientifically as oxidative stress, and it is a primary driver of prostate enlargement and a rising PSA. In fact, research from the Cleveland Clinic notes that chronic metabolic stress directly correlates with larger prostate volume and higher baseline PSA levels. Where do these vandals come from? Unfortunately, the standard Western diet, packed with processed meats and fried foods, is like a weapons factory for them. When you eat highly inflammatory foods, these free radicals multiply exponentially, completely overwhelming your body's natural defense systems. Trapped in this fiery war zone, Wally panics. He swells up and releases massive amounts of those blue PSA workers into your bloodstream. So, if your PSA is hovering between 6 and 8 without a cancer diagnosis, your first mission is incredibly clear. You need to become the fire chief of your own body and send in the heavy artillery to put out that fire. Enter antioxidants. These are specialized, heroic molecules found in specific foods that literally sacrifice themselves to neutralize free radicals. They basically disarm the vandals. An antioxidant hands the free radical exactly what it needs to calm down, stopping the damage instantly. As the oxidative fire is put out, Wally can finally heal. The alarm bells stop, and those elevated PSA numbers can naturally begin to drop. And the absolute best, most scientifically proven firefighter for your prostate? It's sitting right there in your kitchen. Let's talk about the red shield. Meet the humble tomato. It is absolutely packed with a powerful antioxidant called lycopene, which is the pigment that gives it that bright red color. But there's a biological catch. Inside a fresh, raw tomato, these incredible lycopene molecules are completely trapped. They are locked inside tough microscopic cages made of dense plant cell walls. If you just slice a raw tomato into your salad, your stomach struggles to break these walls down. The lycopene often passes right through your digestive tract, completely unused. But if you take that same tomato, chop it up, and toss it into a hot pan on the stove, an amazing chemical reaction happens. The intense heat physically melts those cellular cages away. Suddenly, the trapped lycopene is released. Enter our ultimate cellular superhero, the red shield. In the medical world, scientists call this crucial process bioavailability. Cooking the tomato makes the lycopene highly bioavailable, meaning your body can easily absorb and use it. And here is a massive pro tip from nutritionists. Always cook your tomatoes with a healthy fat, like extra virgin olive oil, because lycopene is fat-soluble. The olive oil acts like a sleek, high-speed VIP transport vehicle, picking up the lycopene heroes and carrying them directly into your bloodstream with maximum efficiency. Once absorbed, these lycopene heroes travel down the vast red rivers of your circulatory system, navigating straight toward their favorite destination, the prostate gland. When they finally reach Wally, they don't just put out the existing fires. They link their arms together and form an impenetrable, protective red shield around him. Now, when those spiky purple free radical vandals try to attack and cause oxidative stress, they just harmlessly bounce off the red shield. Wally stays calm. This protective mechanism isn't just a cute cartoon theory. It is backed by massive, long-term observational data and clinical research over decades. According to the Prostate Cancer Foundation, men who consume cooked tomatoes 2 or more times a week have up to a 28% lower risk of significant prostate issues. You don't need to eat raw tomatoes like apples. Load up on concentrated tomato paste, rich marinara sauces, baked tomatoes, and warm, comforting tomato soup. For a man stressed out by a gray zone PSA number, adding just a couple of servings a week is the easiest, most delicious way to start fighting back. But the red shield has a powerful co-commander in the fight against prostate inflammation. It's an ancient fruit known for its tough, leathery exterior. Crack it open, and you find hundreds of glowing, ruby-red seeds. We are, of course, talking about the mighty pomegranate. Pomegranates contain a unique, elite class of antioxidants called elagitannins. Think of them as the special forces of your immune system. When you consume pomegranate, these elagitannins travel to your gut, where your friendly gut bacteria transform them into a potent supercompound called urolithin A. Urolithin A gets absorbed into the blood and rushes straight to Wally the prostate. But it does something entirely different than lycopene. Instead of just blocking free radicals, this compound goes inside the prostate cells and tells the panicked PSA workers to calm down and stop multiplying. In the urology world, doctors track a critical metric called PSA doubling time. It measures exactly how many months it takes for your PSA level to double. A shorter doubling time means rapid inflammation or growth. A longer time means the prostate is stable, calm, and firmly under control. In a landmark study, researchers at UCLA found that drinking just 8 ounces of pomegranate juice daily had a massive impact on this doubling time. For men with rising PSA, the doubling time extended from an average of 15 months to an incredible 54 months. Time literally slowed down. This massive delay gives Wally a much-needed break to heal, preventing those tiny blue PSA workers from flooding the bloodstream all at once. So, adding a handful of fresh pomegranate seeds to your morning oatmeal or drinking a small glass of juice is a fantastic strategy. However, there is one crucial rule. Check the label. You want 100% pure pomegranate juice with absolutely zero added sugar. Refined sugar is highly inflammatory. If you drink sugary pomegranate cocktails, you are literally just throwing gasoline on the fire you're trying to put out. Together, cooked tomatoes and pomegranates form an incredible red shield. But to truly conquer the gray zone, we need to call in the green guardians. While the red shield defends the perimeter, your body also needs an internal cleanup crew. Enter the green guardians, led by the mighty broccoli. Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family. These aren't just crunchy sides. They are complex biological laboratories packed with a compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is fundamentally different from standard antioxidants. It doesn't just block damage, it actively rewires your cells to clean up toxic waste. Every day, environmental toxins and dietary carcinogens enter your bloodstream. They act like sticky, toxic sludge that clogs up the prostate's delicate machinery. When Wally's surrounding environment gets polluted with this sludge, his stress levels skyrocket, and those PSA numbers start climbing rapidly once again. But when you digest broccoli, sulforaphane molecules enter the bloodstream. They look and act like a fleet of tiny, highly advanced robotic vacuum cleaners. These green vacuums roam around Wally, actively sucking up the toxic sludge, sweeping the area, and keeping the entire cellular environment sparkling clean. Scientifically, sulforaphane activates phase 2 detoxification enzymes in your liver. Think of it as installing a heavy-duty car wash for your entire circulatory system. With the toxic sludge completely removed, Wally can finally take a deep breath of fresh air. The inflammation drops, and the PSA workers stand down. The National Institutes of Health highlights that a high intake of cruciferous vegetables is linked to a significant reduction in aggressive prostate changes. But there is a major culinary trap. If you throw your broccoli into a pot of rapidly boiling water, you instantly destroy the specific enzyme needed. Instead, use the chop and wait hack. Chop your broccoli into pieces and let it sit for 10 minutes. This allows the beneficial enzymes to fully activate. Then, lightly steam it for just a few minutes. It stays wonderfully crunchy, vibrant green, and retains 100% of its prostate-protecting power. So now, you have the red shield from tomatoes blocking damage, and the green guardians from broccoli cleaning up the mess. The prostate is healing, but the diet isn't complete yet. To truly stop cellular inflammation at its absolute source, we need to travel to the deep ocean. Welcome to the fourth protective food on our list, cold water fatty fish. This includes delicious options like wild-caught salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These aren't just normal nutrients. They are profound anti-inflammatory agents. When the prostate is stressed, it releases chemical messengers called prostaglandins. Think of these as tiny, loud alarm bells ringing constantly, driving up your PSA. Omega-3 fatty acids enter your bloodstream as cool, calming responders. They act as specialized lipid mediators that directly counter those inflammatory signals. The blue omega-3 droplets swim up to the ringing alarm bells and gently cover them with the thick, cooling blankets, instantly muffling the noise. With the cellular alarms finally silenced, Wally the prostate can relax even deeper. The chronic inflammation subsides, allowing those elevated PSA numbers to stabilize. But here is a critical fact from nutrition science. It is all about the ratio. You have to balance your omega-3s against omega-6. According to the Mayo Clinic, men who successfully increase their omega-3 intake while lowering processed omega-6 fats show significantly healthier prostate markers. So how do you fix this ratio? Try replacing a standard fast food burger with a beautifully grilled fillet of wild-caught salmon twice a week. The healthy fats melt perfectly during cooking. And because it's a whole food, your body absorbs those protective omega-3 molecules with absolute maximum efficiency. Not a fan of fish? No problem. You can get similar benefits from ground flax seeds, chia seeds, or a high-quality algae oil supplement. Dr. Sarah reminds us of one crucial detail: patience. You cannot fix prostate inflammation overnight. It takes time to rebuild your cellular health. It takes about 4 to 8 weeks of consistent healthy eating to change the fatty acid composition of your cells and calm Wally down. But once you do, Wally is incredibly secure. He has the red shield, the green vacuums, and now, the calming blue blankets. We have 4 powerful foods on our plate, but we need the perfect beverage to wash them all down and lock in the defense. Welcome to food number 5, green tea. This ancient brew contains a master antioxidant known as EGCG, and it works like magic. EGCG molecules act like swift, highly trained cellular ninjas. But they don't just fight free radicals, they actually regulate how your prostate grows. You see, a hormone byproduct called DHT acts like a tiny muscle-bound bully. It constantly pokes Wally the prostate, forcing him to pump up and grow larger. But the EGCG ninjas swiftly intervene. They block the enzyme that creates DHT, effectively throwing a magical green net over the bully. Without DHT harassing him, Wally stops growing and can return to a calm, manageable size. This naturally keeps PSA production strictly under control. This is why research constantly shows that populations consuming traditional Asian diets, which are extremely high in green tea, have drastically lower rates of prostate enlargement. But Dr. Sarah has a severe warning. Even the greatest superhero team of foods can be defeated if you actively sabotage them from the inside. To truly lower a gray zone PSA, you must limit the villains. The biggest culprits? Saturated fats from cheap processed meats, fried foods, and heavy oils. These bad fats enter the bloodstream as a corrosive sludge. They literally dissolve away the protective red shields and blue blankets your healthy foods just built. Another hidden danger is excessive dairy. Consuming too much calcium from milk and cheese can act like heavy chalky weights, stressing Wally out and blocking vitamin D. So, the ultimate strategy isn't just eating one magic tomato while still eating junk. It is about actively choosing dietary synergy. Think of it like a puzzle. The red shield defends the perimeter. The golden knights fight inflammation. The green vacuums clean the toxic sludge. The blue blankets calm the alarms, and the green ninjas stop abnormal growth. When combined on your plate, they form an impenetrable matrix of health. Inside your body, this looks like an epic assembly of heroes, all pouring their unique powers into one ultimate, compounding force field. Under this supreme protection, Wally the prostate is perfectly safe, happy, and relaxed. And those panicked PSA workers? Finally, fast asleep. So, how do we bring this incredible cellular superhero team out of the microscopic world and into your daily routine? It all starts with your next grocery run. You don't need a restrictive, miserable diet. You just need to intentionally invite the right heroes into your kitchen. Cook those tomatoes in oil, chop and weight your broccoli, enjoy that wild-caught salmon, and swap out those inflammatory junk foods. Let the synergy work. Build this sustainable routine, and then let time do the heavy lifting. Give your body a few months to clear out the toxic sludge. Fast forward, you're back in the minimalist void of the doctor's office. A little bit of that familiar anxiety creeps back in as you wait for your new test results. Dr. Sarah walks in, but this time, there is no giant, menacing shadow. She smiles warmly and hands you the new medical report. Your PSA hasn't skyrocketed. The doubling time has extended, the inflammation has drastically cooled down, and the number is officially stable. Deep inside, Wally the prostate gives a happy little thumbs up. The fire is out, the cellular vandals are gone, and your body is back in balance. A PSA in the gray zone can be terrifying, but as science proves, it is often just a cry for help from an inflamed body. By combining the bioavailability of lycopene, the gut transformation of allagitannins, the detoxification of sulforaphane, the cooling of omega-3s, and the stealth of EGCG, you create the ultimate dietary defense. Remember, consistency is far more powerful than perfection. You don't have to be flawless, just intentional. You are the fire chief of your own body. Give it the right fuel, put out the fire, and take back control of your health. If this video helped you understand your body better, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of your health. Take a deep breath, stay proactive, and we will see you in the next video.
Thank you, doctor. I appreciate it.
Information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making any changes to your health routine.